It's a good thing I looked up. Okay. All right, so my speech was about dynamic opposition in yoga. We have one leg going one way, one arm going the opposite way. And I want to point out that in our yoga practice and invite you to feel all the sensations in between the extremes. You know, this arm is going this way and this leg is going that way. What do I feel all along the way? To keep us out of the mindset of extremes, you know, good, bad, and compartmentalizing, because there's lots of beautiful colors in between, and our bodies are great examples of that, right? So with that in mind, let's close our eyes and come inside. Take a breath. Begin to deepen your breath. Fill your lungs up. And then when you exhale, exhaling slowly and long, think about our breath as being complete opposites, right? You're filling yourself up with air, with new life force, with new energy, and you're letting all the toxins go, letting everything go. And when you inhale, feel your body getting bigger. And when you exhale, notice how it contracts, it gets smaller. But notice all the stages in between as it begins to get smaller on the exhale. And how does it feel? Just notice. After your next exhale, close your eyes, open your eyes, sorry, to take in the light, right? All right. I was distracted by a dog's tail wagging on the screen, but all good things. So bring your hands alongside your hips and walk your right hand away, bend your elbow. And before you make any additional moves, notice how this feels, just bending your right elbow and allowing your body to move towards the right. Now your left arm comes up alongside your left ear, and feel the difference that makes to your body. Notice where you feel the sensations of this pose. Now lift your arm a little bit higher, straightening it to the sky, and push into your left hand and rotate your torso so that your heart is facing upward and you're looking up. Inhale, and then exhale, bring your left hand down to the mat. On an inhale, open wide to just where you came from. Look up at your hand, at your left hand. Look down at your right hand. Notice how your neck changes, how it feels when you look up at your left hand, when you look down at your right hand. Inhale, exhale your left hand down on the mat forward of your right knee. Inhale, send it back up, open up your heart again. And then inhale both arms up alongside your ears. Place your arms down by your side and roll your shoulders. Roll them back, roll them forward, roll them again. All right. And then come to stillness. And we'll do that on the other side. Walk your left arm away, your hand flat on the mat. You're bending your left elbow. And then after you've done that, then you'll lift your right arm and stretch. On an inhale, you're going to lift your arm all the way up, and as you do, you're turning your torso up towards the sky. You're bringing your right hand down on the mat. Oops, this way. Yeah, no, how did I do that before? This way. All right, your arm stays up in the sky. Look down at your left hand. Look up at your right. Look down at your left. Look up. Notice the feelings in your neck. Notice the stretch on your side body. Just notice. Inhale both arms up to center and bring your arms down by your side. Sorry, I got stuck there for a moment. So inhale, and then exhale, twist to the right. So your left hand's on your right knee. You're looking over your right shoulder. Now feel everything in between the crown of your head and your sits bones. Start from the top and work your way down. And what do you feel? How is your neck feeling here? How does your throat feel? How does your twisted middle feel? How do your hips feel? Inhale your arms alongside your ears. Twist back to center. Exhale to the other side. And do the same thing on this side, noticing everything in between. All the colors, all the shapes, all the sensations in between extremes. Bring both arms up alongside your ears, twist back to center. Bring your arms down alongside your hips. All right. Send your legs straight out in front of you. Dandasana. Yeah. The staff pose. On an inhale, you're going to lift your arms, bend your knees. On an exhale, you're going to bring your hands to your heart, point your feet, straighten your legs. Inhale, bend and flex. Exhale, point and straighten. Inhale, bend and flex, pause. Notice what you're feeling in what part of your body. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart, your toes move away from you. Notice the stretch of your shin, your quads, your feet. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. All right. Release your arms. Bring your right knee into your chest. Make sure you are on your sits bones when you're seated, that your spine is in a mountain spine. Notice what you feel. Send your right leg out to the side. Square your shoulders with the front of your mat. Inhale your arms up alongside your ears. And this time, instead of what you might expect, we're doing something a little different. You're going to inhale, you're going to exhale, turn towards your bent knee. You're going to inhale and then exhale, bring your hands down in front of your right knee. So your palms are on the mat. And we're going to do a little diving and then coming up from the water. So take a deep breath in and exhale, nose towards your knee, come down underneath the water and up to take a breath of air. Exhale as you dive down. Inhale as you come up. Continue at your pace, noticing the changes your body is making, the shapes your body is making. And then the next time your nose is at your knee or in that direction, pause. And then push into your hands, come up to sit, arms alongside your ears, turn back to the front of your mat. Remember the squaring off of your shoulders. Inhale, and yes, now we'll do it. Exhale, engage your abs, come over your extended leg. Any amount. Look up. And notice the change that your body made when you went from looking down to looking up. Notice the change when you lift your right hand, your whole arm, and you follow your fingers. Notice the changes your body is making up, isolated from your arm. And then you'll bring your hand down alongside your hip. You're going to use your left arm as your propeller and come up on your right shin. I am not going to do this with you. You all know this pose. Come up on your shin and lift. Excellent. And bring it down. All right. Other side. Bring your left leg in. Open it out to the side. Arms alongside your ears, shoulders are squared. And then you're going to take this nice, beautiful mountain spine and twist it toward your bent knee. Inhale, exhale your hands forward of your knee. Inhale, exhale, dive under the water. Inhale as you're coming up. Exhale as you dive. And continue. Next time your nose is toward or at your knee, pause. Push into your hands and come up to that mountain spine, arms alongside your ears. Twist to the front of your mat. Inhale, and on an exhale, you'll engage your abs and come over your extended leg, any amount. Look up, release your left arm, follow it as it reaches up, your fingers as they reach up for the sky, as they come down alongside your left hip. Use your right arm as your propeller, come up on your shin. And let your right arm lead you back down. All right. Bring the soles of your feet together. We're going to do Tadasana, the six-pointed star. So in Tadasana, we have two triangles. So our toes are one point and our hips are the other point. And you'll see the other triangle in a moment. Forearm on top of forearm right in front of your chest. Now we're going to do this gradually, and again, I ask you to notice the changes your body makes and how it feels. Inhale, exhale, come forward just a little bit, keeping that back nice, long, and straight and flat. Inhale, exhale a little bit more. Inhale, exhale. Bring your forearms all the way down as far as they can come. You might not touch your ankles or your feet. You might be hovering, and that's perfectly okay because you're still forming. If your forearms are on your ankles, you can see your two shapes. And even if they're up here, probably even see it better. See the six-pointed star, Tadasana. And fold over as deeply as you can. Let your head bow. Look up. Lift your arms as methodically as you place them down. So very, very slowly, let them come up part of the way. A little bit more. A little bit more. Now you're in your mountain spine. Your forearms are still on top of each other. And then open up your wings, bring your arms down by your side. Bring your hands back behind you so that you're leaning a bit on your wrists. Your fingers are pointing forward. You still want to keep your back nice and long. In as many poses as possible until you're instructed to curl, you should try and keep your spine long. It's good for a healthy spine. Right. Inhale deeply, and on an exhale, place your right leg on top of your left. Look over your right shoulder. We're going in opposite directions, so you're looking over your right shoulder. Your knees are going to the left. And notice the sensations in between. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. You're looking over your left shoulder. This is, I had a teacher who used to call this calendar girl or cheesecake. Bring your knees to center. Bring your feet close to your hips and hug your legs. Hug both your legs, wrap them. And allow yourself to just roll very slightly from side to side. And then come to center. And this is the seated pose of the child. Release your arms, extend your legs. Send your arms straight out in front of you, palms facing each other. Take a deep inhale, exhale, send your hands forward of your toes or as far as you can go. It's the stretch that matters, not the distance, right? On an inhale, you're going to slide your torso back behind you. And you're going to come down as far as you possibly can. Use your abdominal muscles, use your core to hold yourself off the mat. Inhale and then exhale, come forward. Now we're going to do this as a continuous motion. Inhale, come back. Exhale, forward, kind of like rowing a boat, yeah? And keep doing this back and forth. Notice how your hips are feeling, how they are changing. Next time you're leaning back, you're going to do one of two things. You can bring your forearms to the mat and then slowly bring your back to the mat. Or you can very, very slowly leave your arms floating and use your abs to hold you, to make you very, very slowly, to allow you to come down to the mat, onto your back. All right, excellent. So you're on your back. All right, I'll give you another couple of breaths. All right, all the way down, good. All right, so first thing you'll do is bring your right knee into your chest and send your right arm overhead, back behind you on the floor behind you. And you're going to stretch your left leg just as if you were stepping with your left foot on the wall in front of you, and your right fingers reaching behind you as if you wanted to touch what was behind you. So your body is going in two opposite directions. On an inhale, you're going to switch. Your arms change, your legs change. So now your left knee is into your chest, your left arm overhead, your arm and your leg going in the opposite directions. And you're going to keep doing this, switching slowly. One side and then the other side. And you'll notice that while we're going in opposite directions, you're giving all of your major joints a little workout. Yeah. And then the next time your left arm is overhead, pause, bring your left foot to the mat, bring your right foot to the mat. You're going to extend your left leg. You're going to lift your right leg up to the sky. So you're standing on the ceiling with your right leg. And you're going to push your leg as if you were really, really stepping on that ceiling. And then relax it. And then send your arms out to the side, your palms facing up. So you're in a T shape with your arms. You're going to inhale, and on an exhale, you're going to send your right leg all the way as far to the right as it can come. Maybe it will come all the way down to the mat. Bring it back up. So here's something that's very important. So take your left hand and put it on your left hip. In fact, take your left hand and put it, your forearm across your hips so that you have more stability. So your elbow is on your pelvis, your left hip bone, all right? So what you want to do is keep your hips flat. And we'll do that again. Send your leg out to the right. Maybe it'll come down far, maybe it won't, but you want to keep your hips. If your hips come up, that's not a terrible thing, except you will no longer be opening up your hip joint because your hip will come all the way up with you. And then bring your foot back up to center. You're still standing on the ceiling with your right leg. And now you're going to do the opposite. You're going to bring your right hand across your pelvis, your right arm, your right forearm across your pelvis to keep your hips down on the mat. And you're going to send your right leg across the midline. So it's not going to go very far if you're keeping your hips down on the mat, and that's what we want. And then bring your leg to center. And bring your knee down, and then extend your right leg. Come onto the sole of your left foot. Extend your leg to the ceiling. You're standing on the ceiling. All right. You're going to place your right forearm on your hips to encourage, or you can use your other forearm, either one. I think your left might be better, yeah. And send your left leg out to the side. Keep those hips down. Then bring it back up to center. Push your leg so that you're stepping on the ceiling, extending your leg from the hip joint, and relax it. And then switch arms so that you can send your left leg across the midline just a little bit, keeping those hips down. All right. And now we're going to do this again, except we're going to allow our hips to come up. So come back to both legs down, your arms in a T shape. Extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Now what you want to do here is you're going to try to keep both shoulders flat on the mat. So send those arms out to the side. Inhale, exhale, send your right leg all the way out to the right, as far as it can go. And if your left hip comes up a little bit, that's okay. Inhale back to center. And now when we go to the left with our right leg, you're going to cross over your left pelvic bone or creaser, your hip crease. And if you can, send your right foot all the way down to the mat. So big twist in the middle of your body. Feel that twist in the middle. Your shoulders resting on the mat. Lift your left shoulder blade a little bit and bring it back down. That will allow your right shoulder blade to come down a little bit more. Now lift your right leg, bring it back to center, and bring it down to the mat. Left leg standing on the ceiling. You can do this on an inhale or an exhale. Let's try an inhale on this side. Send it all the way out to the left. So your left leg goes to the left. Yes, your right hip may come up a little. Then bring your leg back up, standing on the ceiling again. And we're going to go over to the other side. So you're going to, let's do an exhale this time. Inhale, and then exhale, because you're crossing over your belly. You want to exhale to bring your leg over to the right, your foot on the floor. You're looking over your left shoulder. You're lifting your right shoulder blade so that your left shoulder blade will come closer to the mat. Turn your gaze to the left. Notice all the different directions we're going in. And notice everything in between. Lift your left leg, bring it up to stand on the ceiling. Place your foot on the mat and extend your legs. Bring your arms alongside your body and just take a couple of breaths. Just rest for a moment. Now you'll bring the soles of your feet to the mat. You're going to send your arms overhead, back behind you. You're going to bring your knees into your chest. And then you're going to hug your legs with your arms. Just wrap your arms around your knees. Inhale, and on an exhale, lift your head and your shoulders as if you wanted to bring your nose to your knees. Maybe you can, or not. Then relax your shoulders back down to the mat. All right. Inhale, exhale, lift your head and shoulders. Now you might want to peek up to watch me for this. You're going to, on an inhale, you're going to release your legs, send them forward, send your arms back behind you. Exhale, bend your knees into your chest, hug them. Inhale, arms overhead, feet away from you. Exhale, curl. Inhale, stretch. Feel it. Now, when you stretch, now pause for a moment with your knees in your chest. And we'll do that a few more times. And peek up at the camera because I do want to show you something with this movement. So you're lifting your head and shoulders. You're sending your legs straight out in front of you, your arms overhead. Now, my legs are far down to the mat, right? Your legs might be higher. Send your legs where it's best for you to do this pose so you can enjoy this pose. The closer you are to the mat, the more challenging the pose is. So let's do that a couple more times, and you can just rest if you prefer. You can just stay still. This is a major core builder, yeah? Knees into your chest, hug them, lift your head and shoulders. Inhale, your legs away, your arms away. Exhale, bring everything together, opposites. Inhale and exhale, notice everything in between. And if it's easier to keep your head and shoulders down, please do that. And then the next time your knees are in your chest, let your shoulders and head relax. Bring your feet to the mat and just breathe. Send your knees to one direction or the other and make your way up to sit. Once you're in a seated position, make your way up to stand. Go slowly to notice all those feelings along your body from being on the mat to standing up. Okay. So we're going to do a little Nataraja. That is the dancing king. But this is the basic king dancer pose. It's very basic. So you're going to bend your knees a little bit, just slightly. You're going to step your right leg over your left, bringing your right toes on to the mat. Right next to your left toes, you're making a straight line with your toes, maybe, right? But you're still supporting your weight on your left leg. So your right leg is just kind of like an anchor, a little anchor. But your left leg is supporting you. Bring your right forearm in front, your hand in front of your waist. Your left arm frames your head. Thumb and index finger together. You can stay like this, or maybe you'll lift your front leg. You can switch to the other side and bring your leg up. This is the dance of Lord Shiva. Bring it down and switch. And now we've got to step it up a little bit. Yeah, it's a dance after all. It's not a slow dance anymore. Let's jazz it up a little. And bring it down. Okay. So the real trick, of course, in this pose is holding it. So let's try holding it. Cross your right over your left. Remember what I said before about where your weight is, your center of gravity is, right? Right arm in front, left. So the same leg, same arm. And lift your leg. And let's hold it. You can come out at any time. That was, I think, 30 seconds maybe. All right, and let's do the other side. So you can come into this, you know what to do. And release it if you haven't already. Okay. All right. So let's come to our mountain pose. Do a couple of sun breaths to loosen up as we're standing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, gather. Exhale, bring that energy to your heart. All right. Inhale, gather. Exhale, fold over your legs. Pause for a moment to feel your body. Inhale halfway to a flat back. Feel your flat back, feel your legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale your right leg back behind you, coming onto the ball of your foot. Low lunge, a runner's lunge, yeah. You're going to place your left hand, your left arm inside your left leg. You're going to swivel your right foot so that your toes are pointing away from you, and try to line up the arch of your right foot with the heel of your left. And then you're going to fan open to the right. Now you're going to push your feet into the mat to give you the stability you need to lift right up into Warrior Two. All right. Make sure your knee is tracking over your middle toe. That's your bent knee. Make sure your knee is not coming forward of your ankle. Yeah. One of the ways that you can make sure that your bent knee is going in the right direction is to put a little extra pressure on the outside, the pinky edge side of your foot. And that automatically makes your leg go out towards the left. All right, good, excellent. Peaceful warrior. Right arm to right thigh, look up at your sign of peace. Inhale, exhale. Bring your forearm on to your thigh, your right arm alongside your right ear. Long stretch from your fingertips to your foot. Feel what's in between. Now use the leverage of your left arm on your thigh to open up your heart. So you're sending your torso to the what is that, the right? Yeah. Straighten your left leg. Come right in to triangle. Bend your left knee. Windmill your right hand all the way down to the mat. Step your right foot into low lunge foot, so you're on the ball of your right foot. And you're going to step forward with your right leg, Uttanasana, hanging over. Fly out and up and down the center line. Okay. Take a couple breaths before we do the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale halfway. Let's pause a moment. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left leg goes back. Step your right arm, your hand inside your right leg. Swivel your left foot on the mat. Line up your Warrior Two legs. Fan open to the left. Push in to the mat for your balance to come up to Warrior Two. Inhale. Peaceful warrior, look up at your peace sign. Notice how your body is feeling, what changes are happening, where. Bend your right elbow, place your forearm on your right leg. Side angle pose, Utthita Tadasana. Feel that there's a straight line from your fingertips to your foot, to your heel. And then push into your right forearm to open up your heart. Open it up. Straighten your leg. triangle. In triangle, your fingers are pointed to the ceiling. Don't overextend your right knee, which is something I'm guilty of doing. Yeah. Back to warrior 2. All right, good. Windmill your left hand to the mat. Come to a low lunge with your back foot. Pause for a moment in this low lunge, and then step your left foot forward, hang over. Uttanasana. Fly out and up and down the center line. Okay. All right. So, ready for another flow? Okay, good. Mountain pose to the top of your mat. Send your arms out and up, and you're going to keep your fingers pointing to the ceiling, Urdhva Hastasana. It's upward arm stretch. You're going to bend your knees deeply, come to sit in your chair. Bring your hands in front of you, palms facing each other. Bring your hands into a prayer pose. Bring your prayer to your heart. Come deeper in your chair, sit down. Send your left elbow over your right thigh. And use the leverage of your left upper arm and the pressure of your right hand pressing into your left to twist a little bit deeper, coming into your prayer pose. And just for the fun of it, just open up your arms, if you wish. And then bring your prayer back together. Turn to look at your feet. Bring your weight over your right leg. Come on the ball of your left foot. All right, and you're going to trust yourself here. You're going to lift your left leg and step it back. If you fall out of your twist, just come right back into it. That's okay. If you need to have your hands on the mat when you make the transition, then do that. All right, so come back into your twist. Right. Turn to look down at your foot. Come over your right leg. Lift your left all the way up and then step it alongside your right. Release your arms to the mat. Step your right leg back. Step your left leg back, downward facing dog. Okay, our first down dog of the day. So get your alignment in your dog, and then walk your dog. Come forward to a plank. So we're going to swivel to a side plank. So I'm going to do my side planks with my feet apart so that you can see that option. All right, so on an inhale, you're going to place your weight into your left hand, swivel your feet on the mat to come to your side plank. Bring your hand back down to the mat, downward facing dog. Send your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee. Send your right foot to your left buttock to open up your hips. Open them up nice and wide. Then square your leg off with the mat. You're going to bring your right knee, draw it under you, and you're going to bring your right knee outside your right wrist and behind it to come into a pigeon. Now, I'm not going to come all the way down in this pigeon. What you will do is stretch your left leg back behind you, bring it onto the mat, and your hips to the mat. I'm not going to do that because I can't put that much pressure on this knee. I'll do that. I'll do it on the other side. Okay, so I'm doing a sort of pigeon. All right. All right. So then bring your forearms down to the mat and come over your right leg into a reclining pigeon. Come up to straight arms. Turn under your toes. Lift your right knee, send it back behind you and up to the sky for a 3-limb dog. Bend your right knee again. Make sure it's pointed to the mat before you step forward to the front of your mat, and then step forward with your other leg. Uttanasana. Fly out and up. Oh, that was the wrong exit, but we'll do it on the other side. Okay. Okay, we're supposed to come up through chair. All right, here we go. Inhale. Urdhva Hastasana. Bend your knees deeply. Come to sit in your chair. Bring your hands together in prayer. Bring your prayer to your heart. Hook your right elbow over your left thigh. Twist to your prayer. Look down at your feet. Take the time to notice what's going on. You want your weight over your left foot. So with your vision looking down and stabilized, you can lift your right leg and send it back behind you. Come back into your twist. If you fall out, you just come back in. Look down at your mat. Come forward. Come forward. Don't be afraid to come forward. Your hips need to be over your ankle. Lift your back leg and bring it forward. Come back to your twist. Bring your prayer to center. Bring your hands to the mat. Send your left leg back behind you. Send your right leg back behind you. Take a few breaths in dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Come forward to plank. Prepare your feet for a side plank. Bring your hands down, back to down dog. Take a few breaths. Lift your left leg to the sky. Open your left hip, bring your right foot to your left buttock. Square your hips. Come to pigeon. Left knee behind left wrist. Your left toes going toward your right, but they probably are not going to get there. Slide your right leg back behind you. Your hips come to the mat. If they don't come comfortably to the mat, if your spine gets skewed, put padding underneath your left hip. I'm sorry I didn't say that on the other side. Bring your forearms down. Come to your reclining pigeon. Straight arms. Look forward, nice proud pigeon. Turn under your right toes, lift your knee away from the mat, three-limbed dog. Bend your knee, draw it underneath you, step your left foot forward. It could be 1, 2, 3, or however many steps you need, you know that. Step forward with your right leg, Uttanasana. And this time we're going to come out of it the right way, or the way I intended originally. So come to sit in your chair, send your arms streaming back behind you, and then use your arms to lift you up, push your feet into the mat, and come up to stand where we started. Bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra, your prayer to your heart. Bring your thumbs close to your heart and feel your heartbeat, and just breathe. Release your arms. Bend your knees and make your way down to the mat. All right, we're going to do 2 more poses before Shavasana, just to cool off a little bit more. Your arms alongside your body. Your heels are coming close to your hips. You're going to push your feet into the mat, lift your hips any amount or a lot to come into a bridge. Inhale, and then exhale, really bring your whole spine down to the mat. Next, if you have a blanket or a pillow or something nearby, don't run up to get it. You can lift your hips, your feet are on the mat, and slide the blanket or block or whatever you have underneath your hips to give you a little height, but it's not necessary. Then extend both your legs up to the sky like you're standing on the ceiling. Now imagine that your legs are against a wall. So that will help you where to position your legs. So if your legs are too close to your face, where's the wall? So send your legs directly over your hips. Again, if anything, when in doubt, go a little bit closer to the wall. So imagine again, I'll say it again, your legs against the wall so that they're in the most cooling position. Your arms just relaxed alongside your body. Just relax them. This pose slows your heartbeat, bringing you toward a relaxation state. And feel Make an effort to feel what's going on with your legs. This pose drains excess fluids from your legs. Maybe you can feel that if you tune in to your legs. Bend your knees, bring your feet to the mat. If you have something under your hips, lift them to remove it. And then make your way into Shavasana, extending one leg and then the other, rotating your arms, palms facing upward. Feel your whole back body sinking in to the earth. A time of total relaxation, allowing your body to reset. Take a deep breath and begin to reawaken your body. Make gentle movements with your hands and your feet. Send your arms overhead, your feet away from you for a big, long, deep body stretch. Then bring your knees into your chest, hug them, and roll from side to side. Then release your knees and roll over onto your left side, exposing the sun side of your body to prepare us for the day ahead. And then make your way up to sit. And if you are staying for meditation, please get your body ready for meditation, your seat. If you have to leave, I wish you a glorious day on this beautiful sunny morning. Otherwise, close your eyes. And come inside, just like we started earlier. And focus on your breath. Do not change your breath in any way. We just want our natural breath right now. And you're just going to follow it and notice its journey. Just follow it. Being aware of your breath allows you to come back to your breath at any time during this meditation when you might be distracted. Or bring your awareness to your heart center. Notice your heartbeat. Notice how when you bring your attention and your full awareness to your heart, you can actually feel and hear your heartbeat. You can feel the pulsation throughout your body, all the way to your fingertips. Now bring to your mind's eye, invite into this awareness of your heart the image of someone you love very dearly, unconditionally. And allow that feeling of deep love that you have for that person or you have for any place, perhaps, that makes you feel at peace. That feeling of unconditional love, allow it to fill your heart. Look at that image in your mind and feel the feeling you have for that person. And allow it to move out of your heart and fill up your whole body. And feel that glorious feeling of love as it fills your whole body up. It's magical. It's healing. And then allow that love to travel outside of you like an aura and to travel out into the world. And say these words to yourself as you keep that feeling of love near to you. I believe in the healing power of love. I feel love right now throughout my body. I am love. I allow it. When I breathe in love. When I breathe out, I send out love. I breathe in love. I exhale love. The next few moments of silence, keep your attention focused on that feeling of love, on being filled with love, and come back to your breath as needed. With your awareness at your heart center, focused on that delicious feeling of love, and seeing the image you brought in before you, breathe in love, breathe out love. I believe in the healing power of love. I feel love. I am love. I am grateful for this experience of love. Bring your hands to your heart. Bow your head. Take a breath. And then as you lift your head, begin to open your eyes so that they're fully open when your head is fully erect. I thank you all so much for being with me and bringing love into this space. Thank you.